Edith,
Hi.
how's it going?
I'm good, thanks.
Welcome to the Masterlink sessions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming down and singing and playing with us.
Yeah.
Could you tell us just a little bit about your song? And I'm going to try and pronounce it correctly. Nizohamba.
Yes.
When we were playing it, it was really interesting. It's such a lovely, upbeat, bouncy tune. But then we suddenly realised what the words were about.
Yeah.
So could you tell us a bit more about that and how that came about?
Well, Nizohamba means I'm gonna go. This is someone who's fed up in a relationship. Could be a marriage or a very long relationship, and she's saying, I'm tired of putting up with a lot of your nonsense, and I've waited for so long for you to grow up, but every time you come back to me with an apology. And I mean, this could be a man singing to his woman.
Sure. Unlikely.
You know?
How are you able to marry? They're not dark words, but there's an undercurrent of sort of pain and loss. But maybe I'm wrong. How are you able to marry that with such lovely sort of upbeat, what you would call like happy?
Exactly. I would say marrying the bright, beats and rhythm to the dark words or, of sadness for some. I think it's about one who's living with their head up, to say, you know what, I am making the decision to walk away. I may love you, but I don't think I want to carry on with this, and it is my decision to walk away.
Yeah.
So, I will dance my way out of this relationship.
I love that.
And that's why we've got this groove that's going on, and one can dance to it, but saying, you know what, peace out.
That's really funny. And I was talking to Steph, who's on bass, about you coming in, and we were worried about how can we authentically recreate the sound, which you produce. And I think we came to this realization that we'll just do our thing.
Yeah.
You do your thing.
Yeah. And
let's hope it comes together. How's it been? How's it felt playing with the Masterlink band?
When a band has been together for a while and understand each other, there's that chemistry that you could work Steph up from sleep and say, we're playing this song, and Mike will play that, and everyone will play what they have to play because they're used to each other.
Yeah.
And so I come from a background of rhythms that are not very common to the team here.
Sure.
And so I sent them an audio, and I said, look, let's create something about all of us in the studio, each one bringing in their own input. We know how the melody goes, but let's be free to explore without being restricted to, what the idea was.
Yeah. Okay.
Because now we're actually creating a song with a live band. This was just a demo in a studio years back. And so I think allowing each other to be is what has enabled us to not take so long, delve so long on the song, but to actually play it and enjoy playing it again and again and again.
Yeah, of course.
Because everyone is being allowed to be free, a freedom of expression.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's great.
Yeah.
What other topics interest you in your songwriting? Where else do you go when you're writing a song?
I suppose, like any other musician out there, I'm inspired by the society that I live in, and I'm mostly, where I come from, known as an advocate through song. So I tackle issues on governance, I tackle issues on human rights and things like that. So it's always my point of or source of inspiration. And once in a while you find me singing about something to do with love in this manner, but that would be like 1 out of 2 songs of love from all my compositions. I've been labeled, she's speaking against government, she's speaking against that. But that's me in knowing that when I'm composing, I don't want to feel restricted or limited or just to self-censor myself because maybe I might be labeled as someone who's speaking against the ruling government, like in my country, or speaking against those topics that people don't talk about. So those are the things that I want to bring out through song. Things that people say, oh, this is taboo, you can't really be found to be singing or talking about that. But in the end, after listening to that song, somebody's going to start the discussion. The song starts the discussion and creates a talking point. And
do you feel it's your job as a songwriter to bring important issues into the forefront?
Well, I think that's my reason for performance, for singing, to be that piece, that mouthpiece that speaks about things, whether it's gratitude, whether it's giving birth, whether it's challenges of being a parent, and things like that. And sometimes one listens to your song and they say, you've spoken to me, I have this problem or that problem, or you've allowed me to dream, through your song. So I think as musicians globally, we have a certain responsibility. Whereas you have some people who are very commercial about it and they're chasing the money. But we do have that responsibility because we, again, are role models. So somebody somewhere is listening, inspired or to do good or bad. So
this lovely instrument that you have here, could you tell us a bit more about this and what it means to you, coming from your culture?
Yeah, this is an identification, card for any musician coming from a country, and from a particular side of the country. But you find that the whole country, if you're a musician, that's one of the instruments that people expect you to know how to play. It's a traditional instrument and used for different, aesthetic values in community, for rain-making purposes, for celebration of harvests, for, celebration of a birth of a child, or to summon, our spiritual, ancestors and things. And so these are the instruments that they would use. So this has become like the modern side of it that you can plug into power and things like that, amplify. But the traditional one doesn't have a resonator like this. So it's got one that's made of fiber, a shell, and people rarely connect them, and they are used when there's a big maybe event in the community and people prepare a brew for 7 days and things like that. So it's an instrument that we're happy that UNESCO has identified as, something that's, a heritage piece of instrument from Zimbabwe, and it is what identifies us as a people in terms of music. Yeah.
Gosh. And what's it called?
Mbira.
Mbira.
Yes, you got that right.
Thank you.
You got that right.
Would you mind just playing just a little bit? Obviously,
a little bit,
we can hear it. Obviously, we'll hear it in the track. But just
well, we
and
haven't.
obviously, so because for the recording, we taped up the little cymbals.
Yeah. Takawana rudo, rudo, rudo. Dakapiwa rudo, rudo, rudo. This is a love song. Dawana ruvara rwenenga, dawana ruvara rwezuva, dawana ruvara rwamaruva ose enyika.
Thank you. That was lovely.
Yeah. So.
Well, it's such a to my Western ears, it's such a beautiful, evocative sound that just I mean, I've got no reference point sort of in my head, sort of how that would be in the community. But obviously, it means a huge amount to you.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It's such a great sound. And what's the? Do you know what the tuning is? Can you relate it to Western tuning, or is it?
Yeah, you can.
Is it its own
like,
thing?
this particular piece is tuned to the key of F.
Ah, right, cool.
You know, and so you'll have some in the key of C, the key of A major.
Okay.
Yeah, so different keys. And so sometimes if a performer is using, it's got a wide range. You find that they have one in the key of C, of G, of A, and there's 4 of them, and they're able to, to change them.
Okay.
And play them, and you can play it with the piano, with the guitar, just like we did. So, yeah.
Was that always the case? They kind of always been Western tuned? Is that a recent thing?
It's a recent thing, I would say, that they were not attuned to the piano, but as we, I think, evolved, the issue of then trying to merge it with live instruments, and how best do we do it? Okay, let's create one that is attuned to certain keys. If the music is mostly in F major, let's do that.
Sure.
And so you have songs that are all coming out from there, and you can combine all the instruments.
Yeah.
The key of F, the key of G, C major. Yeah.
What's happening with you next? What's sort of on your plans for this year, for 2022?
We've come out of a very long lull in terms of performances, and I feel like, being new in the UK as a performer, I would like to find my feet and find a place that I call home, a band, that I can play with. And I know during lockdown I had an opportunity to perform, for a lockdown concert.
Yeah.
And it was with my fellow Zimbabwean people. But, when you're out here, sometimes you want to experience the world, through different musicians. And today I experienced that. And for me, it was like an exciting moment, because then you're always worried about, okay, are they going to get it? Will they get it? Are we going to get out, the actual song as it was meant to be? And so my dream really is to have a band, with people of mixed backgrounds, diversity, and just being able to go on tours as I used to before. Find a resident place that I can play.
Sure.
We make music and enjoy.
Great.
Yeah.
Edith, thank you again for coming down.
Thank you.
It's been lovely.
So much.
And I can't wait for everyone to hear your beautiful song, and
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Pleasure.
Yeah.